Alright, so I thought I'd make a little video about converting a standard XLR male to a right angle XLR male, all from Neutrik. This is actually the mic that I run on my C100 Mark II, and I'm moving it from the normal position on the grip handle to a side position to get a little more reduction in height. It's a little too tall for some cases, and I want to move it back a little bit. So this is the only way to do it. So what happens is when you move the mic back on the C100, where it plugs in ends up getting in the way. So I'm going to turn this into a right angle and hopefully gain just a little bit, maybe an inch of clearance there where the mic won't bump into it and won't be under tension. So pretty easy. Neutrik is a pretty easy XLR to break down, and what's nice about it is I believe the pins, once I take this one apart, I believe the pin set's the same. So really you're just taking the shell of the right angle and mating it with the shell on or the innards of the other one that are already wired to the mic. So with this Azden SGM-PDII, everything's wired in, which was probably a mistake, but I think it saved a little bit of money at the time. But in the long run, obviously now I'm having to buy another part instead of just buying an XLR cable with a right angle already built in. So first thing you do with this is unscrew the back cap, and you can actually the shell will pop off. You can see the locking I guess the notch where it aligns inside, so it always goes in one direction. You can slide that back, push the cable through there, push it back because you're going to use that again. Here is the kind of the tension shroud. It actually has little teeth on the inside right here that grip the cable. You can see the indentions where it's been made from the factory like that. So we're going to reuse both of those. This part we can actually take off if we wanted to, but I think we're going to reuse both of those for this new shell. So that's disassembled. This we don't need anymore. And then we're going to, I've already assembled this when I got it out of the bag, but we'll just take it apart again and reuse what we need from it. So you can see, I think the only additional part is this wire loom protection cover. This should be the exact same that comes in it on the straight. So we don't need that, and we don't need that because it's already got one wired, and we don't want to break the solders. The advantage of doing this is you are using the inner part of this. You don't need to use or reuse any of these parts. So everything has to stay on the wire itself. And then you've got the back shell, and it's free to rotate now. What I do have to do is, since I've already popped the existing wire leads in there, I've got to pop it back out, and it's got this little cam lock here. So let me get a screwdriver. Flathead, and I'll get in here, pop that little cam lock. It's a little C clip, super easy. It's really lightweight plastic. It just looks daunting. I was a little confused on how to get that out when I initially put it in, but once that cam lock, or the C clip rather, is out, that just pops right out. So this is another piece that you don't need that comes with it. And it's good to have kind of spares in case solder breaks or anything else. You can just keep that around, and then you have the ability to rotate this into whatever position you want. Sorry, I'm not in a good angle here. So, and then you can see the little, once you line up like that, that's how you actually adjust the angle, and then this piece will go right in, lock in, and then you screw the back half in, and everything's locked. So you can set it to different pin angles for the right angle, whether you want it facing down in it, maybe that way, maybe a little bit down. It has all sorts of different angles that are all in there. So you can see, line up there, all sorts of different places. So, and we'll go ahead and assemble it because this should be pretty much it. So we'll put the cam lock back on. Okay, so it just sits in there, one pin on each side. And then we will insert the, now the one thing we can't, no, this should actually work. So we'll do that first. And then that piece will slide over it, but we'll go ahead and insert this in here. So this piece actually has, you can see the tabs on it. Where's the other one? Right there. So that little tab at the top there has to go in a specific location on here. And you can kind of see there's a little slot at the top of that one. So we're going to line that up. I say that and then it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is take the cam lock out. That may be holding me up. So we'll take that out and see if this will slide in a little easier. So there's the two teeth. There's the two teeth. And that's it. So it will slide in, you just have to orient the cable correctly. And you can see even with it in there, it'll rotate around. So we'll go ahead and put the cam lock back. And we do have to rotate that around to do that. So now it's oriented correctly that way. So that's locked in now. Don't want to pull on it because it's not protected. And then we will, I believe, put that up there, the little wire shroud. And then this is going to go up. And it actually has two little notches in it. So once you slide it into the correct position right there, it will not twist. And I believe that wire shroud is supposed to be up like that. And then we do want to, before we do this, check the orientation. And I think I want to do with just a little bit of an angle, so it'll be oriented like that on the C100. I need to double check that, but we'll go with it. And then slide the back cover on. And then move the locking shroud back in, thread it right back in, and there you go. Azden SGM-PDII with a right angle XLR on it. Done. Hope you enjoy. I'll post some links in the description for the specific part number. Really, you can just look up on B&H Photo the Neutrik right angle XLR male. This is the only one that'll pop up, and that's the advantage of doing certain series Neutrik XLR connectors, is they're a lot of interchangeable parts. So there you go.